Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Velasquez Vlog Show, episode 8 of the first season. Today I have a special guest, my good old friend from the Marine Corps, Navarro. Thanks for coming, bro.
Pleasure, man. Pleasure to be here, man.
All right, well, like you already know, let me do my introduction first before we start grinding, all right?
All right.
Well, first and foremost, I would like to thank all my peace officers, fighter fighters, veterans, active duty and reserve of the armed forces, border patrol, homeland security, FBI, CIA, DEA, ATF, and special ops for keeping our country safe and our liberty secure and for protecting our constitution. Thank you, everyone, for the support. Thank you guys for being patient. I know it's been a while since we actually did an official podcast episode, and thank you. I can't stress it enough. We're just gonna talk today. We're gonna talk about leap of faith. Okay, risks in life that we take to get somewhere in life, and we're gonna talk about many views in how to talk about this topic because in every culture, in every how can I say this? In every family, in every tradition, in every country or wherever you might come from or whatever you might come from, you're gonna have different leaps of faith. You're gonna have different risks. You're gonna do certain things, different things that other people would not. And this is gonna be a very interesting topic to actually discuss. And I'm not trying to how can I say this? I didn't. It's just a coincidence, okay, that he's from where I am. So if we have same life experiences, same risks, same whatever, it's not because we're vouching for each other. It's because we're actually from the same place. He's from El Salvador. I'm from El Salvador. We come from Salvadorian families, Central American families, Hispanics. So you can just so don't think we teamed up on this, okay? No. It is what it is, okay? Yeah. All right, Navarro. So go ahead and tell me, man. Man, it's been so long, like since 2015. Was that the last time I saw you?
5 years, brother.
5 years?
Yeah.
What do you do now, man?
Well, first of all, my name is Irvin Navarro. I am a former Marine. I can say a vet as well. I was in the reserves in Galveston. Okay. For, I want to say about 6 years. I was at 1833, which is an Amtracker. Okay. Which is pretty much...
For somebody who doesn't know what an Amtracker, can you just tell them what it is pretty much where they can understand and get the picture?
Yeah, well, an 1833 Amtracker, amphibious assault vehicle, was pretty much the ones that drove the tanks from ship to shore. Which these tanks they weigh a ton, which is crazy how they float.
You mean 25 tons?
Yeah, of aluminum steel.
Jesus
fucking Christ. In the ocean. I mean, you could just think about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times people would assume like, how does that thing float? Yeah. Well, it's because it's made of aluminum. But yeah, we carry cargo. We carry the troops. We provide support. I mean, we also are like pretty much riflemen there too. But that's pretty much the gist of it.
Okay, man. Well, thank you for serving our country, man. We appreciate the risk you took to protect our country. I know, I'm sure you wish you could have done more, but you did what you could, okay? And that's all of us, all of us that have served in the military, we all wish we could have done more, okay? But at the end of the day, we gave it our all, and we just have to be happy and satisfied that we were able to do it because I know there are many people out there that wish they could have done what we did, but they didn't have the chance to do it. And I think most importantly, Veterans Day is coming and the Marine Corps birthday. Oh, okay. We're out for all the devil dogs out there.
Oh man, I can't wait for that, dude.
Happy birthday, devil dogs. I know it's Monday, but tomorrow. You know what it is tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy.
Yep. If you guys go out and celebrate, I can't promise you guys are gonna stay out of trouble, but just do your best to stay out of trouble, all right? Oh, man. Yeah, what you doing tomorrow, man?
Getting drunk, man. I mean, that's what the Marine Corps is all about, isn't it? Wasn't it, born in a Ton Tavern?
Ton Tavern?
Yeah, so...
I heard it was a gay bar. Is that true?
Hey, I wasn't born in that time, so I can't vouch for that one.
I heard different rumors,
I mean, hey, it's 2020 now, so I don't know. Is it acceptable?
Is it acceptable? I don't know. I heard rumors back then, but then they all went away all of a sudden, so I don't know.
Hey, they just saw a bunch of Navy seamen, and hey, let's join the ship club. I don't know.
Yeah, well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you too.
And, how do you tell somebody enjoy Veterans Day? You can't say Happy Veterans Day because
Wait,
how do civilians do it though? Because
isn't that Memorial Day?
no.
Because Memorial Day is more like
people say Happy Memorial Day too. I'm like, what the
yeah, that's the one that trips me up.
But I'm talking about Veterans Day though. Like, how when they know you're a veteran, how do I? Did they just say Happy Veterans Day? I mean,
yeah, most of them.
Yeah, I guess this one is a little bit more acceptable, because it's not Memorial.
Yeah.
Because I know Memorial Day. It's not about the barbecue. Most people don't understand. It's not about the barbecue. It's about what makes Memorial Day special. And let me tell you, it's not barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It is the lives that have been lost by the people that serve to protect our nation.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's what it's supposed to be. And then a lot of civilians, they're not aware of this. They're just not. So happy Veterans Day for all the people out there that are listening to us that have served our country, and that if we lost people that we knew, buddies of ours that we lost in battle, in combat, or in the service, whether it was by suicide, by enemy fire, or friendly fire, just we will all feel your pain because we've been there. We were ready to face death. We were ready to see death, and honestly, we were ready to lose the people around us. So that mindset was always there, and I feel like it's still there at some level. So cheers to them. If you knew somebody personally, whether they committed suicide or they died in combat, or just some shit happened while they were on leave or something. If that happened while they were serving their country, cheers to them, and then they're never forgotten. So
yes, sir. Thank you for all y'all services out there. Thank you to all the veterans as well. But going back to that question you said, yeah, Happy Veterans Day from a civilian. It's because how would they know that you're a veteran? Because they don't really know unless you tell them.
I think it's like sometimes young people, or maybe people that are like in ceremonies that wear their uniform. I mean, that's a giveaway when you're wearing a uniform. Also tattoos. Also people that have family members that served, that they know, they seeing it. Oh, he's in the Marine Corps. He has the EGA. He says Semper Fi, hurrah. So that's how they'll know. Unless or you tell them.
Well, and also the vehicles. Vehicles is a big description too, because everybody has some moto sticker in the back of their truck or something.
Yeah, a moto sticker, maybe also a license plate, that has like the EGA or some kind, or the plate frame, maybe.
Yeah. But a lot of us, the difference between a lot of the branches is that the Marines don't really dress up for that occasion as much, because you see a lot of Army guys wear their ACUs. Yeah. You see Navy, Coasties, Coast Guards. But
what about Space Force? Are we gonna see those anytime soon?
Where would you celebrate the Space Force birthday though?
If I had to guess, it'll be at NASA. Nah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. That's a good question.
I mean, but yeah, Happy Veterans Day. But that's the only thing they can tell us, because they don't know what else to tell us.
But that's fine. I mean, on Veterans Day, I guess I shouldn't really think about it too hard. Yeah. Like you said, but okay. What do you think about the results of the election, bro? Dude, just real quick. Yeah. I know. Just man. Real quick before we get into the topic. Building momentum.
So what? Like,
what do you think? Do you think everything was done legit, or you think the Democrats they planned this from the beginning? They knew that the way they were gonna do it was gonna actually result in their favor, because remember, Trump was fighting this all the way to the end. Mm-hmm. No mail-in ballots. No, that's fraud.
Stop the count.
Stop it. You're gonna have the dog voting. Like he was really mad about this.
He was. But I mean, did you think that Trump did this to himself though?
You have to. I know Trump is not a politician, so that's already a disadvantage. Okay, because you cannot say the things you're supposed to say to earn people's trust, mm-hmm. or vote or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I admire the guy that he was honest that he said what he had in his mind, that he didn't hesitate on saying it, and he was probably telling the truth, right? But the thing is that when you're a politician, come on, man, you can't be too honest. Tell me a politician that's honest about everything they say to get people's votes. It's impossible. It's impossible. Because if you were honest the entire time, I mean, Joe's been doing this for 47 years, okay? Yeah. So he knew exactly what to say. He knew exactly what not to say. He knew exactly, his campaign knew exactly what how Trump looked bad to address an issue. And he addressed the coronavirus issue, okay? And a lot of people bought it, that the coronavirus is the problem to our country. Now, I want to see Biden fix this shit. Don't ask me how he's going to do it.
I'm with you, bro. Because to be honest, like you said, Biden, I think it was all planned out, though. I think it just fell into his lap. A lot of things, even choosing the VP, it landed on him, bro. I mean, just Harris, really? I mean, what has she done to convince you that she could be the vice president?
Well, I don't know about doing, but she hasn't said anything either. So I wasn't really convinced. She kept attacking. She kept blaming. She kept using the law to justify things that were not done. How about let's start talking about what can we do with the law we have to change things to make them better? How about that? How about have a solid plan? Because anybody can talk. And the thing is, I think the media also was too easy on their campaign. They were a little too easy. And of course we knew this. We knew that, from the beginning that the media was going to be more hard on Trump than on the Bidens, I mean, we know that. I mean, come on, man. Trump, the media has been against Trump before he even became president. Maybe they didn't want something to come true. Like, they didn't want a non-politician to ever become president, and they failed, and it happened. And ever since then, fuck it. I can't believe this is happening. Nobody can believe it. Look, Trump is not. It's not the best guy to say shit. Okay, he's not the guy to. He's not the best guy to ask for the best expression of opinion. But at the end of the day, I think he made an effort. To change some things or to make the country better. It sucks, that we were at war, we were in a commercial war, we were in a biological war with certain countries. I mean, it sucks because now he looked back. How can you beat a? I was gonna be more shocked if he would have won, and the reason why is because he was getting attacked from all angles, bro. He was enemies with everyone. And I'm not trying to say that this is what happened with Hitler, but Hitler lost because he got involved with everybody. Because Hitler was dominating in World War II. But because he fucked with everybody and he thought he could handle everybody, that's why he got fucked over.
Yeah, that was his downfall. And then guess what happened? He lost the World War because he wanted to control. He wanted that. He thought he could beat Russia. Well, Soviet Union back then, but. You've seen the world wars. I mean, that's what happens. When somebody's ego gets that high, they lose focus of the plan. And it just happens, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is that we saw the crowds in these campaigns with Trump and Biden's. Biden's crowds were nothing compared to Trump's crowds, So sometimes I wondered, did he really lose fairly? I ask myself this, and I'm not here trying to root for him or anything. It's just the fact that bro, the momentum he had, the political momentum he had going on, I didn't see it in the Biden campaign. I mean, I never saw Trump sleeping on an interview. Biden fell asleep on an interview. Okay, but it's not about falling asleep on the interview. But the point is that how I never saw or felt the momentum from his followers, from his voters, from Biden's voters. It's that's what's shocking, But Trump says he's gonna try to fix it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just hope that whoever is in fucking office gets the job done for the people and not for themselves. Because if another person is gonna come into office and they're not gonna take care of the American people and they cannot fix this economy, then what are we gonna do? To each his own. You know, are we gonna be worrying about losing amendments here or what? So we're already having that problem. So, congratulations to Sleepy Joe. But I just hope he get his shit together now. Now that he's gonna be president, now he's not more talking. Now it's about doing because, there's a healing that needs to be done, and whether it's Trump or whether it's him, it needs to get done. Simple as that.
So, but I had a question for you though.
Right.
I mean, did you feel like this campaign was more pushed than previous campaigns to vote?
You know, can you be specific? What do you mean by pushed?
So, okay, what I mean by push, because every single time, every morning, I was getting a text message to vote. To go vote for this person, to this person, and I was getting all these, like the media outlets too. When I was watching TV, just rock the vote, go do this. We need the vote. Like big companies like the NFL, NBA,
Instagram,
Nike, Instagram,
Facebook.
like Facebook, go vote. Why is this? Why was that being pushed out so much? Like I did not understand. It wasn't like that before, and social media did exist a while back.
That's a good fucking question. I never noticed so much publicity on voting. Even the fucking commercials like Pepsi or like fucking like brands. It's amazing how much money they invested in campaigning, and I wonder if all this impacted the way people voted because it's the way they said it. I think it was the Pepsi commercial that said something about your voice matters. Unmute your voice. Yada yada yada. Like nobody's shutting you down. Like who's shutting you down? Who's shutting you down to say something or not to say something or to go vote? Nobody's telling you not to go vote. What they're probably telling you is to go vote in person. So let's not get confused. Let's not get the message across. But confused. But people can take something like that in so many ways.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I felt like that was... I kind of wanted to throw my phone away, like half the time. Because I really thought it was like a text message from one of my family members.
Yeah.
Somebody important. But I'm getting my phone blown up by all these... Hey, this is Angelica with the Texas Democratic Party. Okay, so what does that have to do with anything? Or like even I will get both parties, but I'm just like, why is this so important? Now that you have to go out there and vote. Why? Why did it have to be like... I mean, you could have gone... I could have voted for anybody. Why would it matter who I voted for?
Bro, we can talk about this topic all night.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, we'll never get a solid answer.
Never get a solid answer,
because politics are never truthful. Yeah. They'll never tell us what really happened.
Yeah.
And I wish Trump the best because the guy doesn't know how to lose. He wins. He's a winner. Yeah. He's a wolf. He's a hunter. He's not a not a guy.
Sheep.
He's not a sheep, but he's very ¿cómo se llama la palabra? Es competitive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, for a businessman, you have to be that. It's in your nature, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to lose.
It's in your instinct, Nobody likes to lose, and people call him a sore loser. Like, who likes to lose? Nobody likes to lose. The media went apeshit when he won. So, people were crying and stuff. So,
but no, in all honesty, congratulations to Biden. And I hope, like you said, he does fix these problems. And only time will tell. So we'll see what's up after that.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get to it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes, man.
Yes,
and this politic topic, man.
Ooh, it always gets out of track, man.
It got us the. It got us the. What's it called? What was I gonna say? It got us
a little bit heated over here.
Yeah, it got us heated, man. So pretty much, I wanted to talk about you as an individual. Okay, I'm gonna ask for your experience. Okay, and then you can show me your answer. You can tell me your answer. You can tell me about it from any angle you like, whether it's the cultural, whether it's the religious, whether it's the personal experience. View or angle, but what have you done in your life, or what are a couple of things, or not that the one thing that you've done in your life that has marked your life the way it is now? For example, where do you because of where you come from or who you came from, um has that impacted you to take those decisions, to make those decisions that and to make those choices that will get you or that has gotten you where you are today? Like, can you tell me about what have you done that you would have never thought you would have done to get what you are today, but because you did it, you haven't regretted it, you know? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's a risk, because big risk supposed to come with rewards. It's not always the case, but tell me about your experiences, about the risks you have taken in your life to get what you are today at all costs. Because I believe that everybody has a story, and I want to hear yours. Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel like my biggest risk was actually joining the Marine Corps when I was 21. But because of that, I felt that was my biggest accomplishment, and that was my biggest risk reward. Because everything else in my life, I didn't really have any set plans. I didn't really want it to, like, say, go to school or anything. Nobody really pressured me or told me, hey, man, like, keep studying, keep doing this. All I heard from our families and our culture was just finish high school, and that's it. Like, where am I supposed to go after that? You know, I had a friend of mine that I met. His name is Edwin Rodriguez. We met in school together, and I got kicked out of high school, so I went to a different high school, and that's where I met him. And when I met him, he wasn't even a citizen, bro. He was a resident. Era residente.
But okay, let me ask you this though: did he came here legally, or did he get a visa?
Yeah, I think he got a visa.
Okay.
So he was here, and he was going to school and everything. But you know what? He kind of he shocked me what he wanted to do, bro. He said, "Why don't you just join the Marines?" And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Like, nah, dude.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 18, bro.
18. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I was 18, turning 19, and I'm like, "Nah, dude, I'm not gonna do that, man. The Marines, really? Oh, hey, man, you could get." There's a lot of benefits. There's a lot of beneficial things that you can do. Like, you'll get help after you get out if you do 4 years active duty, man. Come on, like, the spiel that the recruiters always throw at you. So he was already a pulley.
Were you already out of high school? Or
no, I was still in high school. Okay. We both were graduating. So he graduated and he left, and then I graduated and I said, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna go work."
What made you? What was the thing that made you make the decision to join?
Well, one thing was my little brother. I was going down a bad path, to be honest with you. Because I had a lot of things going in my life that I felt like nobody really cared about me in a sense.
Okay.
Because, Latino families, bro, they always have that parent that has 2 to 3 jobs and they go to work every day. So they don't pay attention to the kids, man. What do you think I'm going to do, like, if I'm home alone with my sister? And I'm like, 12 years old and you don't see your mom or dad. Yeah. Because both parents are working. I was pretty much raised by my grandparents, but they were so religious, dude. Like, they didn't understand what was growing up to be a teenager. I'm pretty much the first teenager to grow up in the United States from my generation. Yeah. Because they don't know. They grew up in El Salvador, bro. You know how that goes. Mm-hmm. So I was born here. Yeah. But my family's from El Salvador. They would always tell me stories. When I was 5, 6 years old, I was always in the mountains, cortando leña, llevando las vacas. It's always that. It's always that narrative in that story.
Yeah, they had the world on their shoulders. Yeah. At the age of 5. Yeah. So I can imagine.
So I'm like, how am I supposed to live up to that? And I'm like, I'm a kid that is spoiled, eating McDonald's, eating the nicer, finer things. Because I remember when I was 4 years old, I went to El Salvador, and kids did not have clothes on their back. They were walking herds of animals in their underwear. Yeah. And I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, how come they don't have any shoes? Where's their clothes? What are they doing? Like, this is the lifestyle of our country. Like, this is the poverty. This is why we left our country to come to a better place like the United States. Yeah. For a better living for their families. And I saw that at 4 years old, bro. 4 years old. Can you imagine a 4-year-old now telling you that? They're so mesmerized by, like, you just give them their phone, they're zombies, bro. They're all just touchscreen, everything.
Different times too.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I saw that when I was 4. That's crazy. Like a 4-year-old. To tell you that, and I learned when I was like they said, kids are sponges. They learn these things. They learn. I was learning everything. My family, obviously, I had families that were alcoholics. I was learning through that too. Hey man, every time dad come home, drink a beer, drink with the tío, listen to Temerarios till like 3, 4 in the morning. All that stuff. It accumulated to me like, okay, so nobody's paying attention to me. Who cares? Nobody cares about me. Screw it. But for some reason, that guy stayed in my mind. And I was like, you know what? I need to take that leap of faith because of my brother. Because I didn't want him to think that I have a deadbeat brother as a bum, Because if I just didn't do anything, I was like, look at my brother. He ain't doing nothing in his life. What has he done? He ain't done nothing. So when I did that, it really kind of destroyed my family in a way. In the sense that they thought that I was going to go out and die at war. They always have that mindset. You know how moms are.
Yeah, Hispanic moms.
Yeah, Hispanic moms. Yeah. No quiero que te vayas a morir. No, mijo. No, mijo, ¿para qué? But that was my leap of faith, to be honest. And I never regretted after that. I mean, even to this day, like I said, like I've met great people. I've had great opportunities because I get to say I'm a veteran and I actually contribute to society. I work. I'm a driver. I mean, I have a family that I support. I got a beautiful son, beautiful wife. I mean, what else? That's the reward right there. That's my reward. Because I could tell my son, whether you want to go to the military or you want to go to college, because my wife graduated from Sam Houston State.
Oh, wow.
So she's the brains. I'm the beauty. So if you could tell,
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
Opposites attract like that. So, but like, I want to tell him that whatever you want to do in life, don't be scared. Because I was scared, dude. I'm still scared to this day to take risks, not to lie to you. Because you never know. Because I always played it safe. My father always played it safe. He was never a guy that took risks, ever. And I think that really failed him because he should have been a citizen by now. But he never took that risk,
So is your mom a citizen?
My mom is a citizen, yes.
Well, so my question is, what stopped him? I mean, if your mom was a citizen, all he had to do was make the decision, make it, and get it happen, and get it done, right? I mean, that's it, right? Or there was something more than that? Because if it's more than that, then I can understand it's a little complicated. Yeah, sometimes things are complicated.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, after 18 years, and like I said, I went to, a lot of. Sometimes you never really get the happy ending of it, but my family split up. My mom and dad separated.
Oh, okay.
So that was one of the things why. But I told my dad, like, why don't you just go for it, man? You've been here that long. You should just try to,
There we go.
But he said no. He's like, no, I'm comfortable where I'm at. And that's what I got the trait from, was being comfortable where I was at. Because he was playing it safe. Nothing happened to him. He never lost nothing. He never fell into debt, or he never fell into that I can't pay this, I could lose a home or whatever. It never happened to him.
So overall, because, okay, let's say your dad played it safe and stuff like that. He never, nunca se puso listo in, becoming a citizen. Mm-hmm. Overall, was he a good father overall? Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Because...
I mean, he wasn't that... a lot of fathers out there, they show love different ways.
Yeah.
And I'm different with my son, and he was different with me. So my father, he was raised in El Salvador, bro. And he always told me, like, there was no love out there.
Yeah.
You only work and eat, and that's it. You're not raised the way that we're raised here. It's a different, like I said, it's a different time. So he was tough love, bro. He was tough love. But the thing that I see now as a grown man is that he would work his butt off to provide for his family. Like, food on the table, roof over the head, make sure we had clothes to go to school. Yeah, I mean, that was the necessity. But sometimes you want to, as a son, you want to make your father proud. Like, you want to be like, hey, man, I want to catch your attention. I want to make you proud of me, Pops, And I think I almost got him one time to cry, bro, when I came back from boot camp. And I was like,
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good father, man. He's always been a great dad. He's a great grandfather, too, so...
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Even though you got some things you want to say about your dad, at the end of the day, he was there to provide, and he led by example the best way possible. With the education he had, with the experience he had, he did what he could. I think. Of course, we living a different beast. This is a different animal here in the United States. And there's more opportunity to work, but the lifestyle here is just slave. You're a slave.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, we don't have to think too hard about it.
No.
And the less you have, the higher the slave you are. Um, because you don't have anything, so you have no choice but to be a slave. Because that's the only way to provide. I mean, how else can you provide if you don't work?
Yeah.
If you don't work 3-4 jobs, how? You have nothing, no social security benefits. When you have no benefits of any kind, from the state or from the federal government, the only way to provide is to work 3-4 jobs sometimes. I mean, single moms do it too. So you can just imagine, um, how hard it can be for immigrants, to come to this country. A lot of immigrants risk their lives to come here too. That's a risk they took. And I have a similar story from yours. I came from I didn't. I was born here. My mom came into this country whenever she was pregnant at the age of 17. And I was born here, and at the age of 4, she sent me to El Salvador. Don't ask me why, bro. Was I that bad? I don't know. Fucking. What I can tell you is that fucking. I learned a lot of things over there. I developed my animal instinct at a very early age. Because I lived in a place, and we were always moving around. And as a kid, I was like, whatever, we just moving around. But I didn't have my mother around. I never had my father around, even though I grew up with my father's family, with my father's mom, which was my grandma. And my dad was never around. My dad was never a father figure in my life. And if he ever listens to this, he knows that I'm right. Or his or my siblings, from his side of the family, right? Um, it was tough. It was tough. Okay, it was tough, but now that I think about it, I know it was tough. Back then, I didn't see it as tough. I just saw life. Okay, 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old in El Salvador, third world country. Taking risks. I swear to God, bro. I did things that I wonder how the fuck I survived. Okay?
Wow.
Because I lived with my grandmother. My grandmother could only do so much. Okay? She didn't work. Of course, I was fucking 5, 6 years old. I didn't fucking work. Okay? But you know what? I developed my animal instinct, my hunter instinct to go and pursue what I wanted. I wanted something, I went and got it. I did not ever expect it. Whenever I was hungry, I went fucking berry hunting, fruit hunting, fucking I went fishing, bro. It was crazy. Like I walked miles to school, and I was in a canton, in a little fucking. It wasn't even a town. It was just to simulate with people, village. It was like a village if you think about it. Okay, there was no potable water. There was no electricity. Yeah. Okay, there were barely roads, and the roads they were not really roads. Okay, they were just dirt. And I had to wake up at 4 in the morning to be at school by 7 because I had to shower. And my grandma woke up to like boil water, so I didn't take a shower in the cold with the cold water. And bro, I did crazy things that sometimes I wonder how come nobody ever did anything to me? How come I never got lost? How come I never got killed by anything? Because sometimes I just wander off, bro, and just wander off and just explore. But I never thought about the risk. I went into dirty ponds, bro, without wondering if there was ever a crocodile or a snake or anything that would have harmed me. I would have never thought of that.
Damn. So it never even crossed your mind?
As a kid, no. Ever. And at the age of 8 or 9, I began to kind of like start looking for like people to work for. Like after school or on the weekends, right? Because I wanted my own money. I think my mom was sending money, but I don't think it was enough for the both of us, right? And I went to work for people. Hey, how much can you pay me to just help you like pick up fucking like wheat or like fucking like hay, just to like get make some money. And sometimes I made like 10 pesos. That's like $1 a day. Okay, but it was something, right?
Yeah.
And then I remember one time I was helping my grandmother cut wood, and I cut myself with a machete right here, bro. Yeah, I was bleeding a lot, man, that day. It was a big cut. And of course, there was no hospitals or clinics around, so I was fucked, right?
Yeah.
So no suing, right? And especially money. We didn't have the money, so
yeah.
you can forget about that. And I saw how life was for us over there, being poor. We barely had clothes on. And that's something I don't want my kids to go through. And sometimes I feel like I spoil them. Sometimes I spoil my oldest, but I don't really spoil her. I think I try not to spoil her, but I think I do it. I don't do it on purpose. I think I just do it. Without thinking about it. I want to give her something nice. I want to do something nice for her. And those are things that my father or mother never did at that age for me.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't want my kids to live. That's all I can say, And even though I had the best time of my life over there, at least as a kid, I felt like I was living my life over there, and I was happy. One time, my mom went to El Salvador to pick me up, and I ran away just so I didn't come to the United States. So I didn't come to the United States with her.
A lot of people would have said, let me go to America. I want to go live a better life. But you said no. You said no. You just ran away, pretty much.
It's because I heard that my mom got married to another guy and that he was gonna be mean to me. And believe it or not, you know what? I didn't come that time, but then they thought of a plan. She sent somebody from her new husband's family to go pick me up where I used to live. They were nice. They were politically. They were very nice. They said the things I wanted to hear.
They were very polite.
They were really polite. Okay. Oh, we're gonna go take you to eat. We're gonna go buy you some clothes. And that's how they got me into going with them. Next thing you know, my grandmother, I think my grandmother knew what was going on, but she didn't tell me.
Oh, okay.
And pretty much they took me. I don't want to say they kidnapped me, but they tricked me, bro. So
they bought you. They bought your love. Is that what that was?
You can just imagine where the trust issues began. Okay. And ever since then, oh yeah, hey, by the way, you're going with your mom. Like, what do you mean? And I was just pissed off. I was crying. I didn't want to come here, bro, because I already knew I wasn't gonna have a good time. And for the first couple of years, if not few years, it was tough once I got here because I didn't trust my mom. I didn't trust her husband. I had a new sister that I wasn't there when she was born, and everything was just new. It was just foreign to me, even though I was the foreign one in the family. I felt like I was the black sheep in the family because I was not from here. But it was tough, man, growing up with strangers, even though they're not supposed to be. And leaving something you love behind, even though I didn't belong there, they made me like I belonged there. So once I got here, I felt strange, and then the language barrier became a problem because I was a smart guy at school. I got good grades when I was over there, shitty life, but I was making good grades. When I got here, some things where math was easy, but everything else sucked because I had to read English and I didn't know shit. So I felt dumb. I felt like a fucking rock, dumb as a rock, because I did not grasp the language. I wasn't comprehending what I was reading, and I still had to pass the grade. And I didn't graduate with the best class. I didn't graduate with the best grades. I didn't graduate with the best. I didn't get the best state exam scores, and it wasn't because I was dumb as fuck. It was because of the language barrier. But it made me feel like I was dumb, and nobody ever told me that it wasn't that. That it wasn't me that I was a dumb person. It's the fact of the language barrier that I was going through. Yeah. And nobody ever sat with me and told me that. Instead, they wanted me to study harder and harder and harder. I appreciate that I had to study harder, but it would have been nice for somebody to tell me that it wasn't me, that I wasn't the problem, that the problem was something else. So I could have been more confident in what I was doing. So, yeah, school was pretty tough for me here in the United States. Um, and I finished high school. I joined the Marine Corps, not right after high school, after the first semester of college. I went to ACC, and it was tough. I was having a hard time because of the language barrier. And they ended up putting me in remedial classes, so I had to pay for extra fucking classes that they were never ever gonna matter. So I said, how can I pay for college if I don't have no money? Working at fucking Taco Bell is not gonna pay my fucking college, or I will never be able to move out of my fucking family's fucking house that way. So I said, you know what? I feel like if I keep doing this, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm never gonna get, I'm never gonna be anything. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna serve my country. I'm gonna go and serve my country, and and if anything goes wrong, at least I tried doing something with my life, and yeah, I think I was proud to make the decision of becoming a Marine. Of course, it took me like 3 tries to get into it because I failed the ASVAB exam. Like I failed all of them.
Was that because of the language barrier too?
Language barrier, and because I felt dumb. I was feeling dumb because I kept failing the exams, and it was because of the language barrier.
Yeah.
But of course they didn't tell me that. I didn't know that. I was just like, I feel so dumb. Why the fuck can't pass?
Well, they don't care about if you're dumb. They just want the numbers. Meet the quota, baby.
They just want the number, exactly. But the thing is, that up to this day, I never passed an ASVAB exam. I was an ASVAB waiver. And because I had a high GT score, that's how I was able to get recruited.
So you got waived.
I got an ASVAB waiver.
What?
Yeah. And as an ASVAB waiver, I think I've done a lot more than I supposed to do. But I think it wasn't because of the title ASVAB waiver. Yeah. I think it was the fact because even though I was smart, I was always facing things that brought me down, and they were always a disadvantage to me.
So more of a challenge to you.
So they were extremely challenging that they should have been in my life. So I was an ASVAB waiver. I felt retard. I like a retard because I couldn't pass the fucking exam. 3 tries and I still couldn't pass it.
I don't think you can say that word.
Anymore. I can't say it. Oh, well, I apologize if I offended anyone. And I'm not apologizing to be politically correct. I'm just, I'm trying to adapt to the times. Yeah. That's it. Just adapting to the times.
It's because I've tried to, like, some words are hard to get rid of that we never thought was like, we say this all the time. But that was it.
It's because it's the Marine Corps background.
Yeah.
It's the military background.
So we do apologize for that.
Yeah.
And we don't want to offend nobody.
We don't. Please. So. This is supposed to be a friendly show. Doing it for the kids. I apologize. And I do curse, so if there's cursing here, anyways. But I'll try my best not to say certain words. But yeah, man, I feel so dumb.
Yeah.
And when I went inside the Marine Corps, I didn't know anything about the military. I was the first one in my family to be ever in the military. I never even thought about being in the military ever in my life. It was just to pay for school. Okay? And then they say, yeah, we're going to pay your school. You're going to travel the world. And yada, yada, yada. We're going to give you food because, of course, And you know what? I ate better in the military.
Oh, yeah.
Than I ate out here. I gained 10 pounds of muscle. I went in there with 107. I was 107 when I went in the military. And I got out of boot camp at 125. Damn. And I got out of the military at 135. And then when I went to the reserves, I was at 145. So, but that was muscle. Don't get too concerned. It was just because of all the training, that I learned. I learned a lot of things in the military, that made me the man I am today. I made mistakes, The military wasn't easy for me. I had to adapt to things that they were American. I had to learn the language properly to communicate, to receive and give proper commands.
Yeah.
And so, and you can just imagine my journey in the military with the language barrier in the beginning. And then whenever I deployed and I had to use comms, you can just imagine the gaggle fuck that, that was going on through the radios, Hey, what's going on, man? Yeah, man. Hey, look, we got a target. We got a tango here trying to cross the wire. What do you think we're gonna what you do? Should I shoot it or should I wait until it shoots me? What do you think? Don't shoot it, okay? I'm like, okay. Echo 3. I was a Lance Corporal there. Echo 3 Victor. Copies, right? Yeah. So I'm like, okay, but at the same time, and people make fun of it, but they try not to, but it was hard not to.
Yeah.
I
think a lot of times that language barrier it happens when you just don't realize it. But I still hear it in you though, that you really still have a thick accent even after all these years. I still hear it in you, dude. It's like you never lost it, and you haven't been to El Salvador. I mean, you probably been back, but I'm just saying, like,
nah. I lived there 6 years, and then I came back, and I had to learn English.
Because your accent literally still sounds like you're a Salvadoran, bro. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's. But what do you think your leap of faith was? Was it that? Was it being in El Salvador, or was it given? Like that leap of faith was given to you coming here?
I think my leap of faith began when I went to El Salvador. Every time I wanted something, I took risks. I put my life in risk. I put my health in danger to be able to get something done. And at that moment, I didn't notice it. I didn't know that's what I was doing. But now that I'm an adult, I noticed that every time I achieved something, I achieved it with risks. Every fucking time. I wanted fucking marbles to play with my friends. I had to go and earn them somehow, sacrifice my lunch, sacrifice something to buy the marbles so I can play with them. If I wanted to go, ¿cómo se llama? If I wanted to get something done, I had to risk my health. I remember one time in El Salvador when I just didn't want to walk home. I sneaked into a bus.
Ooh.
And I don't even know if it was a bus. I think it was more like a big un camión. How do you say a camión, bro?
It's the same. It's a bus.
Nah, hell no. Un camión es un bus, way. It's the camión, bro.
You're talking about like the Greyhound ones?
No. That's a bus. It's still a bus. Un camión, bro, como un camión de construcción.
Oh, that's like a dump truck?
Okay, like a dump truck. Yeah, well, the thing is that dump truck was giving everybody rides, but not for free. They had to pay. So I got on and I sneaked, and then as soon as I got off, you're supposed to pay the guy when you got off. Instead, I ran.
Ooh.
I ran over, but they knew I was a kid, so maybe that's why they didn't chase me and they took off. But the thing is that I took risks many times to get things done, but that's the instinct I developed over there. And then here, once I got here, I just continued making more decisions, getting things done, but it became harder. And I think that I would tell you that the Marine Corps is one of the things for sure where I have risked not just my health but also my life. I think that's the first thing that will come to mind, saying that I risked my life when I went to Afghanistan. Because I remember on the first night when we got there, we got attacked. Our base got attacked, and we just got there like it was like 2 hours, not even 2 hours when we got there.
You just got there and just got.
Yeah, we got RPG on the base.
Holy crap, dude!
And we saw whenever we got there, we got to the airport and we saw like bullet holes everywhere. And it was from like they just left them there. I guess they just left them there for like memory or whatever. But I'm like, shit, is shit gonna be like this or what? And it was nighttime too. And then thankfully nothing happened to me. I know people that lost their lives on watch and also doing their duties. But every day, man, it was risky because we had to patrol and we had to do ECP protection. ECP, I think it's called ECP security or something like that. And we were always the NA. These fuckers, I swear to God, the ANA, the national army fucking guys, right? The soldiers, they were undercover Taliban sometimes, and we trusted these motherfuckers, bro. That's some Marines trusted way too much. They went there at night undercover and they killed him on tower on the tower on the tower watch.
So the guys that you were pretty much aligned to or signed to or however that works over there, they were undercover.
Yeah, they were undercover Taliban.
Wow.
And the thing is that whenever we asked for their IDs every time they came into the base, their IDs they had no hygiene standards. We didn't even ask for their IDs. As long as they had uniform, we had to let them in.
So wait, they were getting in just like that?
Just like that.
So there was no protocol or anything.
No protocol, and the IDs they didn't look like our IDs that that you have to use 1,000 flashlights to make sure it's real, right? Their ID was just fucking a picture and a fucking ID and get the fuck out of here. That was it.
That was oh my god.
Yeah, and we lost a lot of people like that. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, whenever he deployed after me, that base, it's another base. It's called Leatherneck, Camp Leatherneck. These fuckers put scarecrows on watchtowers. Scarecrows. They couldn't even put real bodies there. And these fuckers realized that, oh, wait a minute, there's nobody watching this area. Let's attack from here. And I told my command, and I just told my command just to tell them they didn't give a fuck. I was a Lance Corporal. What the fuck do I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, you know, people are gonna see this, right? You know, the enemy's gonna see that we're putting scarecrows here, right? Yeah, but that's what they do here. I'm telling you. They got attacked. Marines died. They died. But you can just imagine so much fire the chain of command had to go through after this shit happened. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. These are mistakes that are not supposed to happen, but they happened. And I was afraid, and I was abandoned when I was in Afghanistan. I was attached to a ground unit over there, and I was forgotten. I was supposed to get relieved 30 days later. I was there for like 3 months. And
how do they forget?
But let me tell you something. They sent the worst people, by the way. They didn't send me because I was the worst. They sent me because I wanted to do it. But I didn't know that they sent shit bags to our posts. They sent people they didn't want to work with over there. And I was a fire team leader as an Echo of 3, bro. That's crazy.
So they left.
I had to cancel people. I had to write people up as a Lance Corporal because they were shitbags.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. So whenever so yeah, you know, and it's crazy how corrupted some things can be.
Oh yeah.
I think there's corruption everywhere, and or favoritism. I don't like using corruption, but favoritism.
Oh, that's everywhere, bro. And it don't really matter. It doesn't really matter if it's here or there. Even in the civilian world, you're still gonna have people that they have It's favoritism, bro. Pretty much.
I don't want to say corruption, because I love the military, you know, and but there is corruption. I mean, it is what it is, you know, and of course, you know, and you got people that, you know, rather work with somebody than somebody else, right? Because they want to get away with some things that they can't get away with certain individuals. You know what I'm saying? So they rather, oh, you know, let's send Velasquez over there. Yeah, you know, he's he's a good sport. He's way too good of a sport. You know, he fuck up or shit. Let just send him over there with the Lance Corporal so they can go clean behind the track, right? So, you know, I don't know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how sometimes things can be, but you know, it's something I can't control. I just can't control it. But yeah, I think that's at the end of the day. That's one of that's the thing that I wanted to tell you, is that was the thing that impacted me, and that if I didn't take the leap of faith at the moment I was told after failing the third time that I did not pass the exam, but I was able to go in by this, I had to take the chance. I had to. When somebody tells you fail but you can still go, how the fuck can you not take that chance?
I mean, this is this is kind of like a last question to you, because I know probably, I don't know how much time we have left, but what would you recommend saying to somebody who's like me to take that leap of faith to the next chapter in their life? Like, what would you say to, you know, the person who is afraid? Like, you know, what would you tell them? What's your advice?
Depends on what it is. I mean, I can't tell you something if you're doing something else that has to do nothing with that. Hey, well, can you give me an example? Maybe if you give me an example, maybe I can give you a better reference.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, saying like you've been stuck at a job for 5 years.
Okay.
You know, you just don't want to be there no more. Or saying, man, could I go back to school? But my challenges are, I have my family, I have my kid, you know, I got to work, I got to do this. Is it possible? How do you take those negative thoughts out of your head and say, man, I can actually do this, you know?
You know, I got a D in math when I was in college. I'll just college algebra sucked, but I would tell you do math. I know, and let me tell you because that's
not for math for Marines, bro. I mean, you know how math are for Marines.
I had to take that shit to get promoted, right? But yeah, I say do math, and let me tell you what I mean by do math. Put everything down, write everything down. How much you make? My bad, man. Mm-hmm. How much you make? How much you're gonna lose when you make a certain decision. Let's say you want to go to school, but you have to cut your full time into a part time, or you have to cut your hours. It's something you have to sacrifice something. Okay, if it's worth it, do it. What is your education gonna get you? What doors are you trying to open with that education, or what's your purpose of finishing that education? You need to think about these things, because if you don't, you'll never be able to see the risk. You're never gonna be able to see the reward, or what's behind the risk, or the kind of reward that's behind the risk. So, for example, you say you're a truck driver?
Yes, sir.
My cousin is a truck driver. He's happy with it. He's happy. He said he makes a lot of money. He's happy with it, but he wants to do more. He wants to do trucking in a higher scale. So he still wants to be stuck with the trucking. Do you want to get out of trucking, or what you want to get into? That's my next question.
I mean, for me, it would be like owning my own business about trucking.
What kind of business do you want?
Just operations like that. I mean, like I've heard.
What do you want to operate?
Well, I mean, I want to be the boss.
Okay, you can be a boss now, but the question is, you need to focus on a product. What's your product? What you wanna?
See, I've never thought about the stuff like that. It just never crosses my mind.
Because the thing is, you want to do something. Yeah. You want to get the fuck out of that job.
Yeah, of course.
But you need to start thinking of a plan, and the plan. Only think it how far you can have control to reach to. Don't control the fact that once I graduate, if I don't get a job, what the fuck happens? You don't go that far, because if you go so far, it'll discourage you to even start something. You gotta start the revolution with the decision you need, with the sacrifice you have to make with your work. Can I afford to cut my 20 hours? Can I afford to cut 10 hours? Can I afford to cut an extra day? How much school do I need? How long am I gonna do it for? How much am I gonna do it for? Full time, part time, extra time, summer too? Am I planning to leave the state, travel across the state? I sacrificed so much. It took me 12 years to finish college. Okay, 12 fucking years, and that's because I had a family, work. You can just imagine, right? And by the way, I had D's. I got some D's in college. I got some C's, but I also got A's and B's. Yeah. Okay, so I wasn't too dumb. But I did my math. Okay, I sacrificed 20 hours. I sacrificed a full time for a part time that paid me better. So get a part time that pays you better or good, so you can actually, ¿cómo se llama?
Sustain yourself.
Sustain yourself, because you have a wife, right? Yeah. So do you pay the bills all on your own? Does she help?
No, yeah, she helps. But I mean, right now it's because of the pandemic. You know, obviously because of that, it's tough right now for a lot of people, because you know it struck everybody, you know, out of nowhere. You know, people lost their jobs, and then most of us had to step up and take responsibility. Well, being a team helps, but you know, when you're doing it yourself, it's like, it's a struggle, you know, because then you have to balance everything out, and, you know, but pretty much just, yeah, I'm the one that's pretty much doing it for right now.
Yeah. Well, all I can tell you is, man, do the math. I have to tell you do math, because that's what I had to do. If I go to school, I have to give up this. Can I still afford that? Do you get GI Bill benefits?
See, that's a different topic for another day.
Well, the thing is that helps.
Yeah.
So if you have some, it'll help. If you don't, it'll suck. That's why.
Because the reserve it's a difference.
Okay.
For the reserves, it doesn't really fully have it like, you know, when you're active duty, because of the post 9/11 and all that other stuff. But being a Texas veteran kind of helps, because you get those, like the Hazelwood.
Oh, you still get that?
Yeah, you still get some of that.
Okay, so that's.
But it's a portion.
It helps with the expenses of school.
Yeah.
So you don't have to pay your school out of pocket completely. That's good news.
Yeah.
But you still have to provide, which is also.
Yeah.
But I think it's doable if you start slow.
Yeah.
Start with 2 classes. Start with a couple of classes, see how you do, and pick a ¿cómo se llama? A career that you're gonna like. You business major, huh? Business. You want to be your own boss. Maybe in business, maybe in logistics. I know a lot of people that wanted to be their own boss. They went into logistics. I think it's a logistics chain or something. Something that has to do with ¿cómo se llama? You just being your own boss in a way. But what you need to focus on, what do you want to do too? What do you want to do? What do you like? I have to know what you like. What do you like?
Well, I mean, like, you gotta be more specific on what I like.
What do you want to do? You want to be your own boss, we know that, but what else?
I mean, one of the main things is I'm already doing it. I'm being a great father. That's one of the things that I've dreamed about, is just being a good dad. You know, I love my son so much, and
you want to be a teacher or what? Can you be a teacher?
I mean, dude, being a teacher here though.
Why not? Man. I mean, you say you love being a dad.
Them kids.
Well, don't. Man, you gotta start at first grade level, man.
Yeah, nah. I mean, like, I'm a.
Or a coach? I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to play sports, but I was never into sports because nobody made me go into sports.
What about a social worker? Help people out with their I don't want to say social problems, more like services, like, for example, you know, where to go to apply for certain benefits, or like help veterans, you know, maybe work for the VA.
You want me to work for the VA, dude?
Well, yeah.
I mean, I heard the VA sucks.
But you can work, okay, but you're not working for the VA, you're working with the VA, you're working with the organizations that's supposed to be helping veterans. I know it sucks, but I mean, it's a steady job for people. It's a steady paycheck, and it provides for your family. And at the end of the day, you learn things. Maybe one day, once you do it for a while, maybe you can do it on your own. But you can do so many things. That's what I'm saying. There's so much to do. Okay, you can do so many things as being your own boss. You can sell insurance, get your license, notary, translations. Shit, you can also do a counseling. You can do counseling for for Hispanics who wants to get their papers, you know, filled out properly, or you know, translations. Like I said, you know, you can do so many things here, man. But it's up to you on what you want to do. And you don't have to really go to school for it. But if you want to go to school because you know you want to have that experience and you want to have that under your belt, you're more than welcome to do it. But you really don't need school to do these things. You can do them out of yourself. You just have to start one thing at a time. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. How do I do it? You know, okay, I can do it like this. I can do it like that. I think I can afford leasing a office for like $700 a month or $500 a month. Somebody offered me an office space over there on Harwing and 59. They were charging me like $550 for it. And you can do a lot of things in an office, man. Shit. But it's up to you on what you want to do. You want to go to school for something specific, go for it. If you want to be your own boss, you can do that too. At the same time, at first, it's going to be tough. Because, you know, a lot of people expect to make money right away. I can tell you get into stocks, but I don't know if you're into that. And you'll make a lot of money.
No, I'm not into that.
Yeah, no. But you'll make a lot of money. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because you gotta get a loan, in my opinion, to actually succeed. Because if you go in there with $100, you're gonna get discouraged. But it's possible, man. People do it for a living. And you're a smart guy. You passed the ASVAB, right?
Yeah.
bro.
That don't mean nothing though.
What do you mean? I don't mean nothing. Shit.
I mean, they only give me 3 options.
What do you mean 3 options?
Infantry, cook, or be an Amtrak.
Bro, they didn't even give me Amtrak. No, but I had the GT score. Maybe I just didn't know about it. Maybe he just didn't present it. You know, I went as an open contract.
So what did you end up getting? Oh, you were more.
Fucking cook, bro.
Nice.
Cook. That's how I deployed. But I didn't cook, thankfully. I think I would have put a bullet in my head if I would have cooked in Afghanistan.
That's not even food out there, is it?
Yeah, but you know what? Then the civilians do it.
Oh, so you didn't have to
Yeah,
do
the
anything.
contractors do it, so I didn't have to do that. All I had to do was security and support, combat support. That was it. Thankfully,
You were a cook with an M16. That's all you were.
yeah, and a K bar. I had a fucking K bar, bro. Bro, I swear to God, I'm just glad I didn't get in trouble when it came to the law in combat because some fuckers they deserve to die, bro. I swear they deserve to die. But I'm not gonna talk about that today.
Yeah, that's a different
Yeah.
topic for another day.
All right, man. Well, thank you for coming, man. I appreciate it. It's an honor to have you here. I hope you had a great time. We could go on and on and on about many things. And for the people that are listening, if you guys ever took a leap of faith on something and it was worth the price, it was worth the risk, please put it down in the comments below and tell us your story. Tell us how you went through it. Was it worth it? Did you have to try again to get it done? Like myself, I had to take the exam 3 times to take that leap of faith to make my life better. Did you have to, go to a country to appreciate what you had in this country, to finally realize that shit in America, shit ain't bad compared to Africa or in Central American countries or in Mexico or in Haiti or whatever, please, we welcome you guys to share your stories with us, and I hope this was an inspiring podcast or motivational podcast. And I'm gonna let you know right now, life ain't easy. Nothing is easy in this life, and nothing's gonna be given to you. You have to go and earn it somehow, some way. If you earn it just by having a last name, hey, good for you. But for the people that have to go earn it by action, hey, it's never easy. Go ahead and get it done. um, we understand the hard work you have to put into to get somewhere. I have like accomplished a lot in my life, but it hasn't been because of privileges. It hasn't been because I've been expecting it or has been served in a silver platter. I had to go and fight for that. I had to literally fight for it, not just expecting it. And the thing is that when I'm doing it at the moment, I don't think about those things. I think about after the fact when I compare my experiences with others. And that's how I know that we all have different experiences and different paths, and we walk different paths. So thank you guys for supporting the show. Thank you, Navarro, for being here. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. I hope you have me again sometime in the future, man.
Hey, you're always welcome. The Velasquez Vlog Show has the doors open for you. Always, always. And for anyone else, too, that wants to come in, And if you know somebody that wants to come in, too, why not?
Yeah, just don't use Google Maps. All right, use Waze. That's for sure.
Waze, yeah, use Waze to get to the studio. It's a new studio. It's a new place, so it's still not on the maps yet. Good and bad, but still, I'm here to help. I'll help you guys get here, safely and on time or whatever. But just just don't hesitate to reach out to us, and if you guys want to be part of the show, even if I don't know you, like I said, just DM me, comment, we'll talk, and then I'll bring you into the studio. I don't mind. I really don't mind at all. Thank you for the love, support, and it means so much to the show and to this program. So, and I also, before you go, Navarro, I don't know if you're interested, but since you're being in the military as well, I'm thinking about starting a military podcast, a military lifestyle podcast that's mostly about military life, military experiences, and military lifestyle. What do you think about that?
Hey, man, whenever you get the opportunity, hey, man, just hit me up. You know me. I would love to share some of my stories, but I would like to listen to other veterans out there because some of their stories have never been heard. Don't want to share them. Maybe they can open up and, maybe we can, help them out in any type of way. Because actually, talking about it is a healing process too. So I feel like a lot of vets need to kind of share their stories because there's a lot of people here that don't understand. They think vets are like baby killers or that we're like drones or slaves to the government.
Yeah.
And that's not always true because, we're human beings just like you guys. So.
Yeah, I think the only thing is that in society, veterans are looked down, but the reason why is because they think we are defected. We are defected by the experience we go through, by the trauma that sometimes we have to experience, and they think that we're no longer, I guess, what's it called? We can no longer provide in society like everyone else, and I think that's the wrong way, and I hate when people do that to us, because we can provide so much, we can offer so much into society, we can provide so much in our society that most people just underestimate us, and I just hate that when people do that. They're not gonna admit it. Big companies are not gonna admit it. People that hire veterans, or that they don't hire veterans, they're not gonna admit it. They just don't want to deal with us, but that's wrong. I think that's wrong. I think they should give us the benefit of the doubt.
Yep.
So, okay, well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoy the podcast, and I'll see you guys next time. I hope you guys enjoy the next podcast, and we'll see. Hopefully, you guys get to see us next week. Once again, happy birthday to all the Marines out there.
Take a shot for me. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get that shot, man. Are you having?
We're gonna get it.
We're gonna get it. And yeah, all right, guys. You guys have a good night and have a good week.